a solid performance in your first game back from injury, 33 points. Just talk about what you were able to do tonight.
Just play at my own pace, just try to infect the game, winning mentality, and just try to, just influence my teammates. That's all my real focus was, and, points are always going to come. I played so many minutes, I can't worry about trying to score, but, once I do catch a rhythm, then, I just kind of let it flow, so.
Including some buzzer beaters, as we saw again tonight.
Nice.
But you, KP, and Brad combined for 80 points. Just talk about how lethal you three are when you're all on the floor together.
I mean, you got to pick one. You got to pick one. It's hard. As a defense, you have to pick your best defender is going to go on one of us, and then the second is going to go on the second, and the third is the third. So, it's all about, really just picking your poison with us. And for us, we don't get in each other's ways, and we just try to play the right way, play basketball fun, and the winning way. So,
congrats on the win.
Yep, thank you.
Wizards Postgame Live.
Late night hoop actions for your Washington Wizards, and it was all hands on deck, especially if you're Bradley Beal. My gosh, what a dunk right there. Brad with 19 points, KP with 28, and Kyle Kuzma in his first game back after missing the last three gave you his jersey number in points, 33 for Mr. Kuzma. Coach Jimmy Patsos along here with Wes Hall. Everybody's going to be joining us momentarily. Coach, I want to get your thoughts immediately about what you saw happen tonight.
Watch your head in Portland. This guy, Beal, he had 2 dunks. As good as KP was for 9 or 10 points to start, Kuzma was great in the second quarter. But it was Beal in the third quarter. He started playing well in the third quarter. And I'm going to give a fourth person the credit. I thought Wes Unseld did an outstanding job. He called, people were probably like, you're up 20. No, he called timeout. They cut it to 15. He called timeout. They cut it back to 12, 17. He called timeout. He wasn't messing around because of what happened a couple weeks ago. And then Beal took over. Beal had a couple ISO moves. He got fouled on the 3. It was his dunk. It was his tough and 2 layup. I know they reversed the call. I thought it was an and 1 anyways. I thought Beal was terrific in making sure that thing didn't get under 10. But Wes Unseld made some good critical decisions to call timeouts. Kuzma was fantastic in the second quarter, and Porzingis scoring the first 9 of 11. And that would make the big 3 8 and 5.
Yes.
And for those of you at math, and I'm not good at math, that would be 50 and 32 would be our record with the big 3 playing all the time, which we would all understand would be one of the top seeds. So keep the faith. The big 3 are there. The numbers are there.
Yes, Coach.
Yes, it took me a while to figure it out. But that's what we would be because they're 8 and 5 together as starters. That's unbelievable. We need them to stay healthy.
I love the math from Coach Patsos. Wizards fans enjoy that. And to his point, KP gave you 28, but he also gave you 12 boards. So another double-double for the Unicorn. He leads the team with those. But right now, he is actually with Megan McPeak, still in Motor Center. Let's check it out.
KP, another solid performance from you. What is it about the first quarter that you just find yourself available and ready to go, that you're so potent offensively?
Yeah, I don't know. I take a couple of espresso shots before the game, get myself going, and I think I try to come out aggressive, and my teammates are fighting me, and I just run around, set screens, try to be active from the beginning. And as I said, Brad hit me a couple of easy ones, Kuz, same thing, and yeah, it's just kind of try to get myself going with the easy baskets early on.
You've got some war wounds on your face. You were aggressive, not just from the outside, but as well to inside, throwing it down multiple times. Just talk about what you were able to see offensively when the lane opened up for yourself.
Again, playing off my teammates. They draw so much attention. I'm glad Kuz is back because Kuz came back with fresh legs, had a great game, and opened things up for everybody. Also, he's rebounding, he's aggressiveness. And yeah, again, just kind of playing my game, being aggressive, but at the same time looking for my teammates, looking for those back cuts for Brad, and trying to get him going. And overall, I think we're coming together as a team. We start to look like a team, even though even through some of the losses and stuff, I feel like we're forming our identity. And that's it. We have 20 plus games left in this season. We have to finish strong, and I believe we have to keep this together, and we can look really good going into the next season.
Lastly, you, Kuz, and Brad combined for 80 points tonight. I asked Kuz this as well too. How lethal can the 3 of you be for opposing defenses when you are this potent offensively?
Yeah, I think it's very hard to stop. Brad's explosiveness, how dynamic he is. Great one-on-one player, can close out games for us. Kuz, same thing. Kuz is super clutch. He's always hitting these late buzzers and things like that. And I believe we were hard to stop, and we have to keep proving that each night. Each night is a tough game. It almost feels like these last couple of games like we're almost in the playoffs because of the atmosphere that we're playing in. And I love that. There's a lot of energy, and we want to keep proving that we belong.
Congrats on the win.
Thank you very much.
Thank you much, Megan. As we're joined by Chris and Drew still in Portland. Guys, we talked about the third quarter for this Wizards team then. They were up 7 at the half. But, guys, ultimately in that third quarter, the Wizards outscored Portland 38-22. Drew, wire to wire, that's what they needed to do tonight.
Yeah, well, my keys for the second half was to limit the turnovers. They did exactly that. Had 11 in that first half, only 3 in the second half. And when you're shooting lights out from the field, I believe they were shooting, once again, 60+% in that first half and almost 50% from 3. You want to give yourself a chance at the rim. You do not want to turn the ball over when you're having a good shooting night. They did exactly that in that second half. They took care of the ball. They shot 17 for 33 from three-point territory. I'm good at math. That's 51%.
That's funny. We can all smile about it. Chris, what say you about tonight's performance?
I want to go back to the pregame where I talked to Chauncey Billups. I just got him off to the side. Just wanted to exchange some pleasantries with him, and I just asked him about the big three. And this isn't the first time I've heard the opposing coach say this. And, Jimmy, you being a coach can really speak to this. And, Drew, it's really hard to guard Washington when they're whole. It's hard. I mean, think about this. Bradley Beal scored 51 in this building back in 2017. He has the ability to score big numbers. Kristaps Porzingis here lately kind of starts the offense for Washington, right? And then this nuclear offense that is Kyle Kuzma can get going at any moment. Remember, he started 0 for 3. He's hitting half-court shots, threes, middies to the rack. This is difficult to deal with for any team in the league when this team is whole like this, because you might stop one. You might stop 2. You're not going to stop all 3 of these Wizards offensive players. And when they take turns like this, Porzingis starts, Kuzma in the middle, Beal could be the finisher in the fourth. Good luck trying to stop it.
I want to jump in with Drew, too. I agree with you, Chris, but Drew, you've been there. People understand Drew Gooden, one of the greatest players coming out of high school, great player in college. Then he had to adjust his role and starts in the finals. Hey, Drew, it's easier when you have guys attracting a lot of attention for guys like you, like when you were the 4th starter, for instance. Tell us about that. Like, your role changed, but you're still out there. Did these guys open it up that much more for you?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've played multiple positions, started at 3 different positions, small forward, power forward, center. So I've seen a lot of basketball and played a lot of basketball at different positions and viewing it from a different perspective. And with that being said, Chris made a hell of a point. I mean, when you got 2 guys out there, which we saw, Bradley Beal and Porzingis, you're kind of keen on that. But when you throw that third X factor in the mix, that third variable, and that third variable happens to be Kyle Kuzma, a guy you do not have to run plays for, that makes your scout and having to scout these guys that much tougher, because what do? Who do you trap? You can't trap one guy because you're going to leave two all-stars open. You talk about Bradley Beal and Porzingis, guys that have been all-stars in this game before. If you try to eliminate Kuzma out of this game by double-team him, it's all she wrote. Because guess what Kuz can do, too? He can pass the ball. Bradley Beal is an underrated playmaker. And you know what? I've seen Porzingis make some nice passes to guys in the post off that pinch post 2-man game action. He's a willing and capable passer, too. So I love the dynamic of those 3 guys.